When I went to Double Rainbow in San Francisco, that's where I got this brand. That's why I brought it down here. That's the best ice cream I ever made in my life. And I said, I'm bringing it home to Bakersfield.
Well, that was Todd Schreiber, the owner of SCHERBS Ice Cream Company, located at Mount Vernon at the City Sandwich. So be sure you want to try any of these ice cream or sorbets, get up there and try them. They're delicious. Today's show, we discuss what to look for in a very high-end quality ice cream. Later in the show, we also talk about partnerships and how to make those work in a business. And be sure and stay tuned to hear about following your passion and getting paid to do what you love. Hope you enjoy the episode.
Welcome back to the Our 2 Cents podcast, the show where your local professionals sit down with an array of guests to hear their story and impart some wisdom for both business and life-improving skills. This is your place to hear business and community leaders discuss relevant topics that matter to you.
And welcome to the show today. My name is Dave Plivelich. Before we get started in today's episode, I'd like to encourage our listeners to follow us on Twitter at OTC Podcast 6. And we are new to that platform and would love your support and start following us. In today's episode, we're here with Todd Schreiber, owner of SCHERBS Ice Cream. Again, thank you for joining us, Todd. Have you always been an ice cream guy?
Yes, I have. That's where I started my career. I actually was with the Carnation brand here in Bakersfield.
Oh.
When they first opened the plant, I was one of the first 88 that were hired.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, back in 1988.
Oh, 1980. That's 4 years after I graduated high school. I got so many questions for you. I'm really excited that you brought samples today. If you listeners were here, you'd be partaking, but since you can't, you have to go to his location, and we'll cover that. You started with the big boys then. I mean, you learned that this works on a massive, massive scale, and then what happened? I mean, so you baking ice cream and go, I got to do this on my own, or what?
I was actually, my family was in farming, and we had liquor stores here in town, so I decided to take a whole different avenue, and I went and I got into the dairy business, and I started at the very bottom, stacking ice cream in a freezer, and Nestle took the time to train me on how to make ice cream and how to manage people, and that's where my career took off. I did it for 12 years here, and then I moved up north, and I've done other things too. I worked for Smuckers and some other really good companies who built a foundation, a good quality foundation in me. So anywhere I go, I bring quality with me.
Yeah.
And I got involved with Talenti Gelato, which has really lit the fire for me to get back. I got back into ice cream, and I've been there since.
Talenti Gelato.
Talenti Gelato is it was the number one gelato company in the U.S.
Was?
I don't know if it still is.
Okay.
Unilever bought them.
Okay.
So that has a tendency to change things, but it was amazing.
So you learned all aspects of making ice cream, to managing the people, the line. What parts of that did you really get involved with?
Well, I've done everything from physically making the ice cream to quality control to managing people. My favorite was actually hands-on making ice cream.
Yeah.
That's been my passion. Since Talenti, I got involved in that. When I went to Double Rainbow in San Francisco, that's where I got this brand. That's why I brought it down here. That's the best ice cream I ever made in my life. And I said, I'm bringing it home to Bakersfield.
Okay, so this brand exists elsewhere. Question everybody's calling their mind. SCHERBS. So that's not Schreiber. It's not a mix of Schreiber. That's just coincidence. SCHERBS is what?
Scherb is my nickname.
Okay.
I got it in the 90s. It's from a Red Hot Chili Pepper song. And in the middle of it, there's a little poem, a little limerick they have. And it says, Sherby Derb sitting on a curb. And one of my buddies goes, that's your name. And I've lived with that for the...
Well, that's cool, especially Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's very, very cool. So SCHERBS up there's so what other locations are there? So is it just explain how all this works?
Okay. Well, what we did is I was running the company in Double Rainbow Gourmet Ice Cream in San Francisco, and through COVID and everything, I decided to come back home to my family, and I thought I'd bring the ice cream with me because there's nothing like it down here. So we started small. We went to pop-ups, and we met a lot of great people, and then we ran into the store over here, the Sinclair gas station on Community Media.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And we met with them, and they had an open spot where it was already built for ice cream. We brought the ice cream in there, and that's where that was our first true location. We're building a location in the Foods Co. on South H and White Lane. We're in construction there. We've ran into a few roadblocks, and it's been a little tough to get things built, but it's taken quite a.
Yeah.
We've been over a year. We've been building it.
Oh wow!
So it's been an experience. I've learned quite a bit, and then a good friend of mine owns City Sandwiches, and he's been wanting to do something with a dessert, and with my background, it just made sense. So we partnered up. We actually put an ice cream counter in City Sandwiches, where we create all kinds of different desserts, everything from waffles, ice cream and waffles, to parfaits, to shakes, and we also do a gourmet coffee.
Oh, gourmet coffee as well. Ooh.
We've married up with Covenant Coffee, and they've been we're trying to support local.
Okay.
So we married up with them, and it's been a pretty good marriage.
Randy was actually on our podcast not too long ago, and I had the pleasure of interviewing him. He's that's a ball of energy there, huh?
I've known Randy since high school.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh, very cool. I love Randy. He's a great dude. I was so honored to be able to interview him and get him on here. So, where is City Sandwich so our listeners can know where you're at there?
City Sandwich is in Mount Vernon in Columbus in the Albertsons Shopping Center. Been there 47 years, so it's a well-established business. Putting desserts and ice cream in there is quite a change. So a lot of it's been an eye-opener for a lot of the old customers. But we're bringing in a lot of new customers now. The ice cream is really, really a high-end ice cream. Our goal, SCHERBS' goal is we're going to deliver the ice cream at a reasonable cost so families can enjoy it. So we've done everything we can to keep our costs down. We're more than competitive with anybody else in the city.
Okay, I'm looking at your website here so everybody knows. It's SCHERBSicecream.com. Go and check it out. It says you've got some partners, so it's not just you involved with this. You've got some co-owners. Explain who they are and how they're involved and when they got involved. Were they from the beginning or what?
Sure. I have we have two silent partners. We're more just wanted to be involved in once they tasted the ice cream, they wanted to be involved. Yeah. So I've got.
They want to get free ice cream tasting once in a while, don't they? Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
No. It's So then we're all friends. We all went to Highland High School, so all of us we've known each other over the years. One of my good friends, Gabriel Padilla, he has his own business, and he has another job, but he put money in, and we've kind of married up. I help support. He has a catering business, so we marry that up as much as we can. Yeah. Another one is David Weldon. He's quite a character, but he's an insurance adjuster. Yeah. So how he got in the ice cream business, I'm not sure, but been great to have, and they're very supportive.
And you've known him forever too.
I've known him since the 80s.
Oh, that's cool. So you got brothers just taking care of each other.
Yeah, that's what we did. That's
awesome.
What this is all really about. Yeah. It's really we sell smiles. And our third partner, Conrad Hackney, he's like a brother to me. I've known him since we were like, I don't know, 7th grade. Yeah. So that's many, many years. I'm getting pretty old now. And we kind of grew up together. Okay. And Conrad has an ice cream background also. He actually worked with me up at Double Rainbow and also with Talenti. So he knows the ins and outs of ice cream. He came on, and we're really the operations end of it. We're the two that are on the front lines making things happen.
So you guys got started in July 2021. Here, what makes your ice cream so different? I mean, you've had the opportunity to be in the business, and it sounds like Conrad has too. What makes your ice cream so special compared to?
Well, we have 50, first and foremost, we have 50 flavors that we can distribute. And with those flavors come its natural ingredients, no air. So a 2.5 gallon container of our product weighs almost 19 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So if you buy a 3 gallon of an average product, it's going to be about 13 pounds. So you try to think we're a smaller package and we weigh more. So when you get a scoop of our ice cream, you're actually getting a scoop of ice cream. You're not buying air. You're not buying anything else. It's ice cream. Yeah. And when you taste it, you know it. It's amazing. Our vanilla bean is the best vanilla I've ever made.
I hope you brought some of that.
Sure did.
All right. So you're making... you constantly have 50 flavors?
I have the ability.
Seasonal?
We do, yeah. We have. It'd be tough to carry 50 flavors in any store. Yeah. But as a distributor, yes, we have access to 50 flavors. So if like we're currently in Pyrenees, they serve our ice cream. Right. So Pyrenees can change the flavors any way they want, and it just takes me a week, and I can have it here. Okay. So. Yeah, it's pretty.
So do you find out with some of the places you guys distribute to that they have particular flavors that they want, and that you make just that they're ordering most often compared to everybody else ordering something different?
Yeah, it's all based on the food they serve. Pyrenees is it's got the kind of food they serve. Our sorbets are going to be more of a bigger seller, and our vanilla.
Yeah.
But we've also snuck in some coffee ice cream, which is amazing. So
we can give a formal shout out to Rod and Julie. All right. I love those two.
They're great.
Yeah. So what flavors are they doing down there at Pyrenees then?
They have we have our dragon fruit sorbet. They do a mango tangerine sorbet. They do a vanilla bean, a coffee blast, and then we rotate one in and out of there, depending on what seasonality.
I had seen when I was researching you the other night on an empty stomach. Of course, the dragon fruit really piqued my interest. Anything with mango, as most of my friends know, I'm a huge mango fan. You've got some wild ones. I mean, did what soy mint chip? I mean, where'd you come up with some of these?
Well, the soy mint chip was really for the non-dairy. Our soy line tastes like ice cream, so it's not like any other non-dairy. Most non-dairy gets kind of icy, and this still stays kind of rich, and it mirrors our other ice creams. Actually, the soy mint chip's probably better than our green mint chip.
Really? So you got products out there for the lactose intolerant folks out there that want to enjoy sorbets.
Yeah, we have 12 flavors that are readily available. And then there's some seasonal ones that come in.
What's the difference between sorbet and ice cream?
Sorbet is water-based.
Okay.
But the process we put it through, it still makes it creamy. It's not, sorbets can get kind of icy, but ours, when you taste it, it's because there's no air in it.
Okay.
So it's a very, very dense product.
Dense, right.
And it's fresh. It's not totally fresh ingredients, but it's natural. We don't put all the preservatives and all the other things that some other brands do.
Okay. So let's talk about partnerships. So you've got a really unique situation. I mean, some people say, you don't go in business with friends. Other people will go, well, those are my brothers, those people I trust. And you guys have been around together for a very long time. How does that really work with you guys? I know you got some silent partners, but explain a little bit how often you guys meet, get together, discuss your future and what you guys got going on and all that.
Well, we were meeting quite often in the beginning.
Yeah.
Conrad and I have taken the operations end of it, and they basically step back and let us run it because we know ice cream.
Sure.
That's what we do. Yeah. It's been tough. The economy right now has been tough. It's been really rough to start a business, and so we haven't been as successful as we thought we would. But we're still there, and we're still trying. We're going to make it happen. So, and they're patient. If we have opportunities, they're always looking for an opportunity. Everything from catering to. I get phone calls about crazy stuff, and we'll do it. Yeah,
no kidding. I mean, who hasn't had a wrench thrown at them the past couple of years? But that's where. I mean, obviously, you guys have been able to weather that. Yeah, your expectations and goals weren't quite what you originally pictured, but you're not giving up, which is great. Like, how many locations are you guys in? How many people are out there serving your ice cream, like Pyrenees and all that?
Well, right now we're down to Pyrenees, and we have another customer, another shop that's serving. We're in talks with a lot of people right now. We were looking at there's a couple of Mexican restaurants that would love to have our sorbets. So we have to things move slow.
Yeah,
especially in the winter.
Yeah, ice cream's not the most popular in the winter.
So in the winter it's really dropped off. Yeah. But with that, we're just being tenacious, and we're still out there hitting that pavement. And once we give them samples, everybody says, "Well, when can I? How do we do this?"
Well, while we're on this subject here right now, if I've got a restaurant, somebody's out there with a restaurant and they want to carry your product, how do they go about getting samples, meeting with you? What do they do?
Well, typically, we're going out and touching people.
Sure.
And we're hitting certain restaurants that we know that our product would do well at.
Great fit, yeah.
And we've had people just come right off of our webpage and they'll contact us. That phone number comes directly to me. So it's, I answer it 24/7, and that's how our customer service works also. If a restaurant is carrying our product, I'm there to support it. So if they have a problem, they have any issues.
So they got your cell phone number, you're right on top of it. Yeah, that's, fortunately, with a lot of the people and businesses that we've interviewed on the podcast, I've noticed that's a very, very common thing. I mean, it is with my company. I mean, I give out my cell phone number because it matters, I mean, that customer service, that level of customer service really, really does matter. So the SCHERBS is because of your nickname. Again, I love the Red Hot Chili Peppers tie-in. So if people come to you, it looks like so you guys are doing scoops. You know, what different sizes or whatever can they get the products? Let's say I'm doing a birthday party. Are you able to supply us with all the ice cream we need for that birthday party so we can get like one scoop up to how many gallons can we get from you?
They can buy what they want. I can get. I'll get them whatever they need, and where we talk about what their party is about, and I'll help lead them to the right flavors.
Oh,
so if it's a very large party, I'll say you might want to have one, lactose, a non-lactose product. You might want to have a lactose-free product like our sorbet, or I'll bring a soy product. Depending on what they're doing. Our soy mint chip was a hit. When I put it in over here at Camino Media, I couldn't keep it in stock.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy because there's a lot of people that are lactose intolerant, and when you see it, there's like, well, I got to try it. When they try it, they say, wow, this is like the ice cream I used to eat as a kid.
You brought some of that too.
I don't have any of that. I did bring your dragon fruit though.
All right, perfect. So basically, instead of doing wine pairings, dinner pairings, you're doing it with sorbets and ice cream, right?
Yes. We've actually been asked to do weddings instead of cake. They want to do ice cream.
Oh wow!
And it's because they're customers that really like their ice cream.
Yeah.
So it's a whole different. It kind of surprised me. I would have never thought to do that. It's a pretty neat concept.
Yeah.
And it's reasonable. It's to do ice cream. It's not cost prohibitive. So
ballpark. Somebody's having a wedding reception, and you got like 100 people. What range should they be considering when they're?
At 100 people, we would look at it'd be about $4 a person, and we bring the ice cream to support. And we bring plenty. There's absolutely no shortage.
Yeah.
And they buy that ice cream. There's different ways you can do that. You can either buy the ice cream from me and have somebody else serve it, or we do it.
Oh,
typically
okay.
They want us to do it because we know the ice cream.
Yeah.
And we also know how to handle it. And it's kind of fun to have somebody explain.
You don't get that much. I go to Dairy Queen, and no one's really sitting there talking about that ice cream cone to me. Wow. I'm just looking at some of these on here it's a goodie. What is that?
That is a vanilla ice cream swirled with peanut butter, and it has chocolate chips in it. And if you make a shake out of it, it tastes like the old peanut butter pie, or Butterfinger pie. That's what it is.
Oh, the cappuccino crunch.
That's amazing.
World Series brownie.
That is a deep dark chocolate with caramel swirled in it and big chunks of brownie. And if you can eat a pint of that, I think we'd give you.
PB&J. Wow.
And that tastes like a Smucker's Uncrustable. That's one of the last flavors that I helped design.
Really? Ultra chocolate. Yeah. Dragon fruit. Very, very cool. What's your favorite?
I'm a chocolate guy.
Yeah.
So anytime I go eat ice cream, I try the vanilla and I try the chocolate. That tells me whether it's good ice cream.
Really? Okay.
Because they don't have anything added to it.
Oh.
A lot of times, you put stuff in it, it kind of hides everything from the texture to. Yeah. I want to taste what
Yeah.
And I love chocolate.
So your ingredients, let's talk about the quality of the product. That is one of the things that clearly makes a difference in that. And compared to some other brands or store brands out there, what is the big difference in the quality of products that you're using? Like the milk or? Oh
yeah, well it's the milk is your mix is where it starts.
Okay,
it all starts in the mix, and we have a recipe that supplies. It's a great mix. It's very, very versatile. It allows us to do a lot of things with it. And when you run product that's without a lot of air in it, it's really hard on your equipment.
Yeah.
And the mix that we have is it's doable. You'd probably have to maintain the equipment a little more often than most.
Okay.
Because we're running such a thick product, especially your water ice, the sorbets. Those really beat your equipment up. With that, but if you use the right ingredients, you don't need to do flavor enhancing, all the fake flavors and all that. If you're using mango, that's a mango pulp, and you're getting it from a certain. You gotta know who your vendors are, and because we went through rigorous testing for all these to ensure the flavors were consistent.
Okay.
Everything from our chocolates to our marshmallows to everything. That was just that's the way Double Rainbow did it.
Yeah.
And I learned that from my past life. And if you try to cheapen it, ultimately your quality goes down.
Sure. And if someone becomes a big fan of certain flavors, they want that now, just like they want that years from now. They hope to have that same exact flavor. And I bet they really can tell the difference too when you make changes like that.
They can. No, they definitely can. It's really, really funny. I've done it with raspberries.
Yeah.
In seasons, you're running a raspberry sorbet, you can tell.
Really?
You can tell when it changes,
So you've mentioned air a couple times. So why is air used, and why have you chosen not to use air?
Well, air it's called overrun. That's what they call it in the industry. Okay. It's a pretty good concept of selling free air to the consumer. Okay.
Like the air in the potato chip bag.
Yeah, that's exactly the same concept. Okay. So, you can look at there's, I'm not going to name them, but there's certain brands that if you look, even their pints aren't even 16 ounce anymore.
Really?
Yeah, they're 14 ounce. Oh. And they invert them because they leave a void at the bottom of them. So when you're eating it, you don't know it because it melts and it slides down. You don't know that. Yeah. Those are tricks of the trade, but those are the bigger companies cutting costs out of the product, and this product does not do that. Okay. We that's something that we've refused to do. Right. But, it's it does create a little higher cost.
Sure.
But if you control your operation, you should be able to absorb some of that.
Right. Right.
And we automated the plant. We did a lot of things up there to ensure that we didn't have a lot of labor, so we could absorb a lot of it.
So. Yeah, I assume so where is your plant? I mean, you're not making it up at City Sandwich or whatever at the other place. Where are you doing all this out of?
It's in Emeryville, California.
Okay.
Double Rainbows. I was the director of operations for 5 years. I built up a brand new plant in Emeryville. They used to be in the Mission District in San Francisco. You can imagine how that would be. Yeah. It was very, very old, it was really hard to operate. So we doubled the capacity, got them in Emeryville. And they're doing fantastic now. They're doing great. Okay,
so again, just to remind everybody, it's SCHERBSicecream.com, SCHERBSICECREAM.com. You guys are using your Facebook, your Instagram, all that. You got those bases all covered and everything?
Yes. The only one we're not on is Twitter.
Okay.
That's the only one. But,
we just recently joined Twitter ourselves. So,
I've got to do that.
So again, your location, so you're at the Sinclair.
It's Sinclair.
Gas station over there by the marketplace.
Now that'll be back open in the spring. We closed that for the winter.
Okay, just for the winter. Okay. Okay.
So we're looking in probably the end of February. We'll be back open.
Okay, but for now, City Sandwich for sure.
Yes.
Okay, and Rod and Julie's place.
Rod and Julie's,
for sure.
Yes,
for sure.
Definitely.
Well, let's bust out some real quick and then try some of this stuff. Sure. So it's just so our listeners know. When I heard you were coming on here, I jokingly told our producer there that I said, "Hey, is he bringing samples?" And she said, "Let me find out." And I'm like, "Yeah, he's bringing samples." I'm like, "Oh, because I was just kidding, but oh my gosh, I'm so much happier now that I know he's bringing samples." So, all right. And again, City Sandwiches hours up on Mount Vernon.
We are currently 10:30 to 8 p.m.
Okay.
7 days a week.
7 days a week. All right.
February 1st, we're opening at 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. We are starting breakfast. We have developed probably one of the best biscuits and gravy in town.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's amazing.
Well, this town loves good biscuits and gravy. You know that. All right. So that's located at 2697 number D on Mount Vernon Avenue. So anyone wants to get up there. And if you want to get a hold of Todd, the phone number is 661-312-0954. And be sure and go follow him on his Instagram and Facebook. I'm sure when he comes out with new flavors, you'll be one of the first ones to know that way. Okay, what do we got here?
This is our Coconut Almond Joy. This tastes just like the Coconut Almond Joy candy bar. I think when you taste that, you're going to say, "Oh."
Is that what we recommend to start with? What do we start with? I mean, you're the gourmet ice cream guy.
I've got the vanilla.
Don't mess up my palate.
I got the vanilla here to start with.
Okay. And this is your vanilla bean. This is what Rod and Julie carry over there at Pyrenees, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that elevates anything.
Oh, yeah. So as an ice cream connoisseur, whenever you're trying tasting somebody else's brand, vanilla and chocolate's your go-to. Just you can find out if they've got a good product going on or not.
Yeah, you can. And normally, a lot of vanillas have an artificial flavor, and you kind of get that aftertaste. That doesn't have that. That's just a straight vanilla, and that's what I kind of look for. And then also texture. It's kind of icy. I know that it's a cheaper brand. You pumped a lot of air in it.
Okay, so those are the things to look for. All right. What's your second recommendation here?
I know you wanted the dragon fruit.
Oh yeah. And this is what I had there. That's an ice cream. This is a sorbet.
It's a sorbet.
Okay. Oh my God.
That should resemble a pear.
Yeah.
That's the flavor we kind of worked off of.
Wow. No, that's delicious. I think that's the first time I ever had dragon fruit sorbet. No, it is the first time I've ever had dragon fruit sorbet. Okay. Let's keep it going. Good thing I didn't eat lunch.
Let's see here. This is a mixed berry.
Oh, I saw that on the website as well. Okay. And so right now, like if they go up to City Sandwich, how many flavors are you running like currently? We
currently have 8 there.
Okay.
We will have 12. We are in the process of building out the location.
Okay.
So we will have 12.
That mixed berry reminds me of a pie my grandmother used to make back in West Virginia. Oh, wow. Okay, if anybody mixed berry fans out there, I highly recommend trying that one. That's delicious.
Now, if you mix that, the mixed berry and the vanilla in one scoop.
But of course.
Pleasantly surprised.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that definitely reminds me of one of my grandmother's pies that with vanilla ice cream over top of it. Yeah, that's a winner. That's a winner.
So do you like coffee?
Oh, I love coffee. If I said I didn't like coffee, Randy Martin would come down here and smack me up the side of the head anyways. But yeah, no, I'm a huge coffee fan.
And what we do with our we make the Covenant coffee. We make shakes, and we'll put the espresso in the.
That, without a doubt, has got to be the best coffee ice cream I've ever had in my entire life. Oh wow! I'm gonna have him go back in for another bite on that one. Man, you really captured the flavor of the coffee.
Yeah,
it makes the other ones that I thought I liked almost imitation.
And there's plenty of caffeine in there, so if you decide to eat that at night,
Good to know. What, am I allowed to get any secrets that we're able to share here?
Well, with that, we went out in San Francisco is full of a lot of great coffees. Yeah. So we worked with companies there, and we got it's the best of the best.
Yeah,
and that's how that flavor. Now that took a long time to develop that. That's a couple of months of development to get that flavor.
Now, is there a particular roast that you're using? I mean,
that is actually an Egyptian.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's you know what? I was never a big coffee guy until I started. I've never been until I ate that, and I said, "My goodness, that is unbelievable."
Yeah, I'm an espresso guy, Turkish. I mean, oh my God, no, you really captured it. That is amazing. What are you doing with Covenant as far as their coffees? Are you doing anything there, or are you just going to be having your ice cream sold there?
No. Covenant's actually providing me with coffee, and what I do is I take these ice creams, and I'll make like a frappuccino. Instead of using ice, I'll put our ice cream in it, make it a creamy frappuccino, and it's amazing.
That qualifies as a winter drink.
Yeah, that's it. It's a year-round drink. Yeah, but that if I put Covenant Espresso on top of that, you're probably not sleeping for a while.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of caffeine in there. But people want it. They want me to put 2 shots of espresso on top of make a shake.
Over that. No,
make a shake, and it turns out to be a good breakfast. Right?
Oh, it's a great way. Start your day with a bowl of ice cream. I like it.
Well, we're all adults, so.
Exactly. Oh, wow, that's fantastic. So, all right. Well, what do you got next?
Well, we'll end with a mint chip, so to kind of because it's pretty strong.
I need to take a picture of all this. Get this out there on social media so everyone can see. All right, there's smile, and then I'm gonna get one of me in the background here. Okay, wow, and then let me get a picture of the little close up. Oh, look at that coffee. Look how deep and dark that mixed berry is. Oh. Here's a dragon fruit. I know no one can see this right now, but we'll post these on social media so everybody can see it. Okay, so what's our next one there?
Is this Coconut Almond Joy?
Oh, and you said this one is more like a Butterfinger pie?
No. That is actually like a Mounds bar. That's like eating like an Almond Joy candy bar.
And there's the coconut. Yep. Wow.
You make a hot fudge sundae out of that, and it's pretty good.
Oh man, that's got to be a big hit.
Yeah, that's it. It's hard to keep that in stock.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what are your hot sellers? Or I assume are these?
Well, you know, the mixed berry and the dragon fruit and the mango tangerine. I've been rolling through those and just kind of rotating them so people can get a taste. In the summer, the dragon fruit, and I have a lemon sorbet. We swirl it and make a lemonade out of it. It's amazing.
Oh wow!
And we will do that with any of that, but really, I don't have any mango tangerine. I have my delivery in fact, I think it's here today.
Okay.
So I didn't bring any of that, but that's one of our top sellers.
Yeah. I'm not going to hold that against you. I will come up there and try that though, because I am a big mango fan for sure. I just got back from the Philippines, spent 35 days there, ate a lot of mango.
Well,
a lot of mango. Yeah, real good. All right, this last one is our mint chip.
Yeah, last but not least, it's a mint chip.
Man, that's just got great flavor. I mean, besides the chocolate, the mint is just kind of what is it about that mint? It's almost like a velvety.
Well, it should taste close to like an Andes candy bar. That's a flavor that when you make that into a shake, that's what it tastes like.
Andes, I've never had an Andes candy bar. Okay.
Well, the Andes are the little mints they put in the hotels. Those little chocolate mints or whatever. That's pretty close to the flavor. But the mint is just it's top notch. It's very clean flavor.
I see on your website that people can sign up for the Rewards Club for sweet discounts each month. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. Yeah. Well, we did a promotion, and we continue throughout the year. We did one for free shakes for a year. So for every week you get a free shake. We did that promotion, and a young lady won that, and we've seen her every week. She's got a shake, and she's changing it up now. At first, she wasn't. It was the same shake every time. Yeah, so now I'm changing it up. But it's a lot of shakes.
Yeah, a lot of shakes.
So we'll do things like that. We also with that you get once you do that, if you have referrals, you'll get 10% off at a certain level, 15%, and then 25% off. And so when you come in, you just show that, and when we give that as part of the rewards program. Excuse me.
No problem. So let's talk a little bit more about the business before I get to some of our other questions here. You started this business. What's your advice to other people that are kind of getting into their own business? I mean, we've had some other podcast interviews on here with some new startups and stuff. You've got a lot of experience and background. What kind of advice would you give someone else that's trying to get a business going, whether it be food or any other type of business? I mean, what have you learned from all your experiences here?
I would really look for to try to find a mentor, somebody that can help guide you through the process, because there's a lot of roadblocks that you don't realize are there. I think I've hit every one of them. I made it through them, but I didn't do that. I didn't search out a mentor that has done this.
Sure.
I've talked with a couple other people that have started small businesses, and we've talked about actually forming a little group, and we would actually be able to advise people and give them, advice on what to do.
Yeah.
Right? Because you could avoid a lot of those pitfalls.
Sure.
And it's tough. I mean, honestly, I didn't realize it. I've always been behind the scenes making product.
Yeah. To
get on the front end of it, I didn't realize how much it would really take.
Yeah.
But everything from you got the state you got to deal with. You got the county. You got the city. You got to understand what's needed at each of these locations. So and when you do construction, that's even. I didn't realize, and I built an ice cream plant in Emeryville.
Yeah,
and I don't remember having all the, but it was a little bit bigger project.
Yeah.
So I had a lot more. I guess, resources.
Sure.
Yeah, it's been an eye opener. I just find a mentor, find somebody who's done it, and just pick their brain. And they can, people are, especially in small business, it's a close knit family. I mean, everybody kind of we talk to each other. That's kind of how City Sandwich came about. He came out and actually had the ice cream, and Ed and I have known each other since high school. Yeah. And he goes, "Man, I really want to get you up." So that's how that happened. So just make sure you find a good source to help guide you.
So who owns City Sandwich then? So he's not part of any of your group here. You guys are just in his location.
Well, we partnered up.
Okay.
We're developing a kind of a drop-in franchise model.
Oh, okay.
Where somebody can come in and say, "Hey, I'd really like to put ice cream in my location," and I can say, "Okay, I can do it, and this is what it's going to cost, and we can do it quickly." Yeah. And give them some kind of feedback on it, and what kind of profit he can be looking at. Okay. Or margins. Okay. And how to control that and just set them a good operation. So
that's kind of the big picture goal for you is help duplicate what you've got going on here, make it almost not 100% turnkey, but almost a turnkey. Hey, I want this in my city or my town, and they could come to you and basically have a franchise, and you get them up and going. Okay.
Yeah. And we're going to do some of that on our own.
Yeah.
We've looked at some opportunities. City Sandwiches has been on the east side of Bakersfield for 47 years.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
It's never ventured out of there. Well, we've looked at some locations in the Northwest and the Southwest. Yeah. And potentially we would move both those there. But that's down the road. Sure. It's it's a pretty big project.
Yeah. So what's your days like? I mean, you're are you at the location 7 days a week there? I mean, what's your day? I mean, starting out, do you go up to Emeryville to the plant up there very often?
I don't deal with them as much as I used to. Okay. I was a consultant. Whenever they had issues, I'd went up and I'd kind of, I would provide, support. Yeah. They could call me and I could work with the mechanics working on the process. Yeah. But I'm kind of stepped away from that. Okay. They've got themselves running fairly well now. Good. So I'm really not involved with Double Rainbow anymore. Okay. It's all about SCHERBS ice cream. Right. And yes, I am 7 days a week. I'm on location. Yeah. And who better to tell people about the ice cream than me?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and Conrad Hackney is the same thing. He's the partner. He's with one of us. Yeah. But typically I'm there. Yeah. This is a labor of love.
Thank you for coming. I really do appreciate this. I know you brought some sandwiches there too. I'm going to chime into one of those after this. But I got 3 rapid fire questions. Okay, this is how we like to end our shows, and they all vary. So you're not going to get the same questions somebody else might have gotten. But so, what's a quote that you live by? I mean, what kind of drives you? That
if you enjoy what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Yeah, and that's what I've done now. I enjoy what I do now.
Oh, that easily. Yeah, I can spot that just in your voice and the way.
I know. I definitely. I never knew what it was like to be on the front end of this and see the people enjoy the ice cream. And now that that's part of the reward I get is all that hard work I put in the past, and you see people enjoy it. Yeah. So
that's important. Yeah, you're lucky that you ended up in a position like that to totally do what you love. So it's like, I get paid for this too. That's even a bonus. So that's awesome. Who has been your biggest mentor through all this?
Really my father. My father, we owned some businesses in the past, and I really leaned on him, and he's given me some pretty good advice. Yeah. It's when you're dealing with your father, it's not always the easiest, but he'll tell you exactly how it is, and it's he can put you where you need to be, and he's done that for me. It's helped me. Yeah. And that's really, I really didn't have anybody other than, I've had an old manager that a long time ago, I've kind of leaned on him a little bit. It was from Nestle, actually. Yeah. And I've asked some questions. But
Is your dad still around?
Yeah.
So what did Dad think of all this? I mean, when you came to him and said, "Dad, I'm going to start making ice cream on my own," I mean, what was his thoughts? Like, what?
He just shook his head and said, "You're crazy." But he did. He supports it. Yeah. He supports it. He knows that I'm passionate about it, and he knows that I can work 15 hours in a day, but if I enjoy what I'm doing, that's not really work.
Exactly.
So that's kind of where we're at right now. It's we're putting a lot of hours in. The revenue's not there, but it will be.
Yeah.
And we just got to, once people try it, as you try
Oh
it.
yeah, no, yeah.
Well, once you try it, it's a elevated ice cream. It's not like anything here in town.
No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah. Well, what's his favorite?
My dad is a chocolate chip of all things.
Yeah.
It kills me.
Yeah.
It kills me because chocolate chips is plain.
Yeah.
And Pepsi freezes. If I make him a Pepsi freeze, he's the happiest guy in town.
Yeah, but when he's like, you're going to start ice cream business, you're crazy. And you're like, hey, shut up, try this. Yeah, now who's crazy?
Yeah, can I get another one? That's what I get.
If you could turn back time and talk to your 18-year-old self, what would you say?
I would have done this sooner.
Yeah.
I waited a little late in life to do this. I would have been a little more adventurous. What built my experience is because I did move around. I learned quiet. I learned a lot of different, products and processes. And if I would say that I would just be a little more adventurous. I would have been more of an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Started something sooner.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy this.
Yeah.
I do.
It's obvious. It's obvious, brother, for sure. Sure. Well, hey, again, thanks for coming. Thanks for bringing the samples. I'm really glad. Like I said, anybody that wants to try his ice cream, obviously go to Pyrenees, but go to City Sandwich up there on Mount Vernon Avenue. What's the closest cross street up there? Columbus. Okay. So it's up there, City Sandwich. You can try some of these flavors that I'm so lucky to have tried today. Definitely a big coffee fan. So again, that one, that's without a doubt my absolute favorite out of all these. But again, follow them on Instagram, follow them on Facebook, support local. I mean, that's what is so great about our community is there is really a push to support local. And again, you can find his website at SCHERBSicecream.com. You can find out a little bit about them. You can check out their ice cream flavors, a special menu. If you're interested in carrying this in your restaurant or your bar, whatever you want, just reach out to Todd. And his phone number is on the website, 661-312-0954. Reach out to him. Great guy. Again, thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. I hope everybody liked the episode. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
This show has been brought to you by the Law Office of Kyle Jones, Troy Burton with the Lynn Company, CPA John Duffield, Scott Hansen Real Estate Lender, broker and investor, Dave Plivelich, President and CEO of the Marcom Group and MarcomBranding.com, and Amanda DiGiacomo, President of Atlas Financial Solutions. You've been listening to the Our 2 Cents podcast. Check out the show notes for links and more information about the show. Also visit our website at our2centspodcast.com or catch us on Instagram at Our 2 Cents Podcasts. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and share with others.